Good Wednesday morning, East Tennessee. My name is David Aldrich, Chief Meteorologist of Captain Accurate Weather, coming to you by way of the Captain Accurate Weather Command Center. Well, the big story this morning would be the temperature. You have to admit, a taste of fall in the middle to latter part of August is unusual. It's not unheard of, but it's rather unusual, especially when you're this cool. And I look over my shoulder and I see that we're in record low territory. What am I talking about? The record low at McGee-Tyson is 57. Currently, we're at 58, and the sun doesn't come up until 7 o'clock this morning. There's still some cooling that could take place. You might be surprised, and clearly, if you step away from our friends at McGee-Tyson Airport, some of our communities around the area are even near 50. I'm looking at Wartburg. I'm looking at Jacksboro. My goodness, I see some 40s in Scott County. Are you kidding me? Is it 48 degrees in Oneida? It is. It is 48 degrees in Oneida. Now, depending on when you watch this, if you're live with me this morning, that would be the case. But if you're going to watch it 2 hours later, 3 hours later, that's how low it's been this morning. While there's still 61 in Athens, it's 46 in Jonesville. So there's some real cool air, and I mentioned the fact that we were going to be really close to the record low this morning. I still think we have a chance to nudge it. I mean, look at Oak Ridge. Oak Ridge is at 57. So it's all going to be dependent on how the official reader or observer points that out. But again, it's 53 in Morristown. We have 55 degrees in Newport. If you're on the call, we'd love to say good morning to you. How cool are you? I did put in context the perspective that it's been 1893. My goodness, that was back when President Grover Cleveland was in the White House. That was like a long time ago. In fact, I could see from my notes, this is actually a twofer, meaning we hit 57 degrees in Knoxville, not only in 1893, but we also did it in 1875, back when Ulysses S. Grant was president. You know, the $50 bill guy. 2 years. We're talking 131 years or 149 years. About a century and a half of data. I mean, it's a long time. That's why we like the records at Knoxville, because McGee-Tyson Airport hasn't always been there, but we've certainly had records in Knoxville from the National Weather Service going back about 149 years or so. Long time. But I want to say good morning to you. If you're on the call, I want to give you a shout out. I've got some messages I can pop up on the screen. Love to know how cool you are. Steve Stone is here. Quick on the draw on YouTube. He says good morning. He's got his happy face and his sunshine. And Fred has an observation. He is actually at 57 degrees in Maryville. Windows open. And last I checked, Maryville's not far away from McGee-Tyson Airport. So we'll have to wait and see what the official observation is, the official low, later this morning. As we have dew points right now in the basement. They're in the cellar. We have 2 points in the 40s. This is like indication of it's time for football. It's football time. Well, it will be the last day of August. Football time in Tennessee will be here before you know it. But when you have weather like this, you're like, bring it on, bring it on. I'd love to be able to get outside and enjoy some football when the weather's this cool as well. But the visibility is certainly noticeable, has been reduced, I should say, in parts of Campbell County. Looks like into Claiborne County, you might have some fog, patches of fog where you have a 0 and a 1. So some reduced visibility in gray that includes Granger County as well as Hancock County. We have some patches of clouds over Bowling Green. A couple of rain showers maybe in Iowa, but boy, it's dry across many areas around the country. Slice of nice, oh yeah, early this week. That's what we're talking about. Enjoy the cake because it won't last forever. We know that things tend to change, but look at this. Is this not a slice of something nice? 79 degrees, my expected high for Morristown. Now, we only hit 78 yesterday. We didn't even hit 80. Our friends in Athens and Tellico Plains did. But we'll see if we can get that up to about 81 in Maryville and Knoxville today. But if you stop in the upper 70s, don't be surprised. It's one of those patterns where you go, this is kind of nice. I could get used to this. I could really get used to this. Some of you might be thinking, I don't know. Denise is on here. Good morning, Denise. She says she's got a cool morning in Wallen. I would imagine so. And Lana Johnson in Kodak, noting that her phone says she's got 57 degrees. With a nice breeze in Kodak. Gotta love that. A little taste of nice weather for Lana in Kodak there in Sevier County. Love to have your weather observation. If you're live, I can put your name and your avatar on the screen. One of the benefits of waking up early, no doubt. I do want to mention the other hazard for those of you who are allergy sufferers. Ragweed is coming on strong. I've mentioned that. This is not probably a surprise for you because it usually comes in early to mid-August. comes in very strong by that point in time, and it stays with us till the first frost. And we're a far cry from October, so you're looking at late October. Usually your first frost, you got a long ways to go. So make sure you take care of you and your family if you have sensitivity to ragweed, which tends to be the big culprit this time of year. And think of it as like a three-legged stool, right? You got the trees in March, you get grasses in May 15th to June 15th, but it's really August, September, peaking around Labor Day when you start to see ragweed on the rise. Ragweed tends to be at its peak about the same time hurricane season is reaching its fever pitch. So allergy seasons can be tough for many in East Tennessee. Ultimate Doppler radar not showing any rain at this time. The Ultimate Doppler radar presented by your local Marco's Pizza. If you're making plans for lunch today, may I suggest the Pozzoli? There's also a whole bunch of good things you can get. You get sandwiches. You can get Marco's Pizza delivers, by the way. That's probably not a surprise. But they're in Hardin Valley and Farragut. They're in Maryville. They're in Fountain City and Halls. And you can find them in Anderson County and Oak Ridge. You can find them at Middlebrook Pike and Ebenezer Road. They have not only the great pepperoni pizza they call the Magnifico, but they also have a wonderful deluxe pizza. I love that as well. But this one's for less than $10 for a limited time, and the Pozzoli makes for a great lunch item for less than $6. And it's, again, all new from Marco's. Check out the Pozzoli, my favorites, the pepperoni and sausage. Okay, we got a couple of showers you can see across Missouri. Is that the closest? It's right, yeah, probably. If you look all around the area, it's pretty dry virtually everywhere one might look. Now, we have a couple of showers in northern parts of maybe upstate New York, maybe over around Montreal, and a couple of showers back toward Montana. But the big concern would be the heat. And I'm looking at Houston. You know and I know that if you see a purple area on a map like that, surrounded by the orange areas, that's the heat. That's the heat advisory in orange, and that's the excessive heat warning in fuchsia. And when they say excessive heat, they're talking about heat indices up to 115. Are you kidding me? I'm looking at it right here on the app. 115 degrees. You think we have it bad. No, we don't. We have it nice. We've got the low tide, they've got the high tide. They got the high temperatures feeling like 115, and we have a day where we're lucky to get to 81 degrees. That's pretty sweet. You got to say, you know what, I'll take this weather pattern. How far away is Knoxville from Houston? I would imagine it's more than a day's drive, or roughly that, but it's far enough away, it's not going to bother us. The heat that they have will not be headed here, at least this week. It will get hotter by the weekend, but nothing like 115 heat index. By the way, the rainfall, Knoxville, suggesting we're well above average already. And we still have, what, another 10 days? 10 days in the month, so there's still opportunities to add to the rain bucket. But we've had 3.85, and you can see 3.63 would be the average this one would see. Wanda Poe is on here. She's got a note. She says she's loving this morning weather. Good morning, David. Nice and cool, says Wanda. Loving the morning. Gotta love this weather. It is nice, and it won't last forever. So I hope that you will, as the old expression goes from Dead Poet Society, seize the day. Carpe diem. Certainly a good adage to add to a day like today. Wind speeds moving at 8 miles an hour at the airport, but many areas where you have calm winds and zeros, you might be having some fog issues first thing this morning. Right now it is now 6:48. You can see there are a few passing wispy clouds that are trying to filter in, but I think you're looking at a mostly sunny, nice day. A nice day, but look, the sun comes up at 7 now. Oh, wasn't it like 6:59 just like yesterday? Yeah. So now it's like 7? Yeah, that's 60 seconds difference. But now that it's 7, it's psychologically 7, meaning it's not going to be coming up before 7 for a long time, right? You know, the days get shorter right into the winter solstice, so 7 o'clock, and it will be going down before 8 before long. But I get ahead of myself, 8:17. That's when the sun goes down now, so enjoy these short, say longer nights, shorter days. They're just part of the time of year. By the way, the bus stop forecast as the kids get ready for another day at school should be around 65 for a recess at elementary school levels, 65, but should be around 77 for pickup. So for moms and dads picking up between 2 and 3:30, I suspect we're going to be around 81 degrees, or at least struggling to get to 81. As I said, we only hit 78 yesterday. Oak Ridge hit 79 yesterday. But I'm going to label it as another slice of nice, another slice of pie or cake, whatever you want to refer to, another enjoyable day that hopefully you'll enjoy from start to finish. I'm expecting Kingston's high today, 81, 80 Oak Ridge, and about 78 in Sevierville. Other notes that might be coming in, my friend Dawn. Hello, Dawn. She says, good morning, David. I hope you have a great day. Dawn, I plan on having a great day, as I hope you and everyone listening and watching has a wonderful day, because these days are kind of nice, right? Every day is a gift, but this day might be an extra special gift if you're not a fan of heat and you know you're kind of trapped in the summer pattern. It's kind of like the reverse, right? When you're in winter and you don't like the cold, sometimes it warms up like for a day or two, and you go, oh, I get a little bit of break. This is kind of like an island unto itself, so enjoy the weather while you have it. When it's in the, and again, normal high is 88, y'all. 88, so we're still going to be about 7-8 degrees below normal between Oak Ridge and Knoxville. So it's going to be a cooler day than normal, but certainly it'll be on par with what many of us experienced yesterday. Tracking the humidity, where did it go? Well, don't ask the question. It's not here, so just as long as it's not here, I'm okay. But eventually it'll come back, and it may be slow to arrive, as I think it'll be on the increase early next week. But you can see where it is green. Those are the higher dew points, centered around Atlanta, Georgia, perhaps Macon, Georgia, by 7 o'clock tomorrow morning. It's just really not going to reach it here all that much. Might come in little stages. There's lunchtime tomorrow, and then it retreats, 5 o'clock. So you're looking at another nice stretch of days, but gradually warmer, as we'll go from low to mid 80s to the mid to upper 80s by Friday. And I do suspect 90s will return in time for your weekend. So yay or boo, depending on your frame of reference. Everybody has their own favorite type of weather pattern, and in summer, you got to take what you can get. By the way, here's the future smoke. Very faint. Anything that's gray. Again, this is through the entire column of air. It's not like it's smoke all at the surface, but it would suggest that some of the wildfires from Canada and from out west trying to move down from the north, even a little spoke there of yellow there. Looks like they're in just southwest of Wartburg. But all in all, most of us are going to be smoke-free, I would say. You're not going to detect it unless you're super sensitive, and that's something I do like to look at. By the way, temperatures, boy, is that 49? That is. 49 in Charleston, West Virginia right now, while it's 70 at Atlanta, and they have temperatures right now in Bowling Green at 59. So there is some variability across the region. I like to show this too, because not everybody can have that type of weather pattern. Enjoy, like I said, Houston, they're bracing for heat indices of 115. Got a note from my friend Carrie. She says good morning, and she says what a beautiful weather God has blessed us with. A big old heart. I agree. This is one of those days. Carrie's in tune with how cool it is outside. And if you haven't been outside, maybe sometimes you're forced to go out because you might have a dog that has to be let out in the morning. Well, this is one of those mornings that you might want to stay outside with the dog maybe a little bit longer because it feels so nice. So right now, not quite an official declaration of a record low, but we still have the 7 o'clock hour. Wait and see. There's still some cooling going on. I think we'll be pretty close at this stage. Dew points are in the basement. Upper 40s, low 50s. When you start turning yellow on this map, humidity really is not much of a conversation piece. It's just absent. We have a comfortable air mass across much of the state, and the feels like temperatures this time of year usually very helpful, but it doesn't even register in most locations. What Atlanta feels like 72 and Columbia 75. Everybody else, you have very low dew points. It's an artificially, or maybe I should say superficial coolness, because it's not going to last for many days. Speaking of days, we have 7-day outlook here from the Hurricane Center. They're still tracking some development in the Pacific, but curiously, nothing going on of interest at this hour. But as I've been pointing out to my premium members, as we like to look at 2 weeks, we like to look at 30 days into the future, we're not done with the hurricane season this year. I don't think we're done with tropical storms and hurricanes, but we'll keep an eye on that. There are still some opportunities, I think, going down the road. And it's not unheard of because historically it tends to reach a high point. It tends to reach a high point around the 10th of September, historically speaking, and we still have a ways to go. By the way, the next name, because Ernesto now being a post-tropical cyclone, now moving away to cooler waters, we would have Francine. She's the next name on the on-deck circle, followed by Gordon and perhaps if we get to Helene in short order, she'd be on the top of on the third name on the list that we'll be tracking. By the way, right now we have 58 degrees. This is the 6 o'clock observation. We have a northeast wind at 8, and we have a dew point at 52. So there's a little bit of cooling that could still take place. May not last forever, but we'll be warming back up to about 72 degrees at lunchtime. Are you kidding me? That's just so delightful. 72 is room temperature. I mean, if you're going to have lunch outside, this is the day to do it, right? If you did it yesterday, you may be spoiled and say, all I need is some sunscreen. Maybe you'll head out and have a lunch outside on a day like today, because it is Wednesday, the 21st of August. I want to say good morning to you. Another slice of nice. We've kind of highlighted that. I got a note from Diane. Diane's in the Blount County area. She says good morning from East Maryville. I would suspect that she likes this type of weather, as she posts quite frequently from our porch or patio, which again, this is one of those days where you've got to love how nice the weather is right now, because it's not too bad. Now, I did put some question marks, or a question mark, on Thursday, Friday for drizzle. Now, my graphic did not update. I meant to move that to the left, but I left it now for Thursday and Thursday only. I don't see rain as an issue, as some of this moisture looks like it's going to depart quicker on Thursday, leaving Friday dry, and Saturday dry, and so forth. But another slice of nice today, warmer by late week, and I do expect it'll be hotter with capital H, hotter by this weekend, because we'll be in the low 90s Saturday and Sunday, and I suspect we'll be in the mid 90s on Monday and Tuesday, about 94. And yes, it'll come with humidity, so it'll feel more like it's in the upper 90s. That's why really important to enjoy today while we have it. Storm Prediction Center highlighting some areas in yellow, not many, across the country. I believe it's up in the Pacific, actually the upper plain states, excuse me, up toward, looks like Montana. Yes, Montana and North Dakota might have some scattered severe storms. Some areas in dark green from Rapid City, South Dakota, might have some isolated severe storms, but really not a whole lot. And the closest thunder might be toward Atlanta. So if you're traveling south, they may get some general thunderstorms today, but nothing within striking distance of East Tennessee. So that'll be a good thing and good sign. Thursday, I have maybe a few pockets of drizzle, maybe some sprinkles on Thursday, but that would just be spotty. The best chance for severe weather tomorrow, and it's not all that high, is in dark green. That would encompass parts of Nebraska, North and South Dakota, and also parts of Kansas and Colorado. Again, Atlanta, further south, might get some thunderstorms tomorrow, but really it's a quiet pattern in East Tennessee. So from a traveling perspective, things look pretty good the next couple of days. So maybe areas to watch, maybe for maybe parts of Rapid City, South Dakota, Nebraska for Friday. And again, same pattern out there continues while we continue to bask in the sunshine, but it does get gradually warmer. By Friday, we should be in the mid to upper 80s. By the way, the Futurecast shows not a lot to see here. It does paint a little bit of green toward Macon, Georgia, Atlanta, by 5 o'clock today, but it falls short of our doorstep. Then we head into tomorrow. High pressure is trying to nose down from the Ohio Valley. There's the sprinkle, right? Maybe a few drops in the Smokies, maybe the Plateau, but even this might be overstated. Like I said, I'm not expecting showers to characterize the day, but if we hit a few drops of rain in a few spots, no big deal. Once we move into Friday, look like the chance of rain disappears. It moves back toward Bowling Green. I think we're dry on Friday now, and then we keep it nice and sun-filled on Saturday and on Sunday, as temperatures will be warming back up into the lower 90s. All right, it's 6:58. Just want to put a heart with two hearts in the eyes of my emoji. Mostly sunny. Another slice of nice. The question is, how are you going to spend it? Northeast winds, 5 to 10 miles per hour. Now, for today, not everybody gets to 80. I can fully accept and embrace that. Upper 70s will be more common for Crossville. Mid 70s for our friends in Oneida and also Jamestown. About 79 for La Follette and our friends in southeast Kentucky. Right around Bell County, Middlesboro, about 77 degrees, about 80 for Tellico Plains. If you're traveling today, Charlotte, about 81. If you're heading west, about 83 for Memphis and about 83 for Atlanta later on today. Now tonight, what about the record low? Well, record low tomorrow morning, I do think is well out of reach. I posted it there, so you knew that we were still pretty far cry. That's from 1956. Now, each day of the calendar has its own respective record high, record low. The record low tomorrow is 53 from 1956. I do expect we'll be closer to 57, so that'll stay out of reach, but few clouds, becoming mostly clear overnight. It'll be cool. Low humidity, another pleasant night. So if you didn't get enough of it the last couple of days, you'll have another night tonight as well. 54 for a low in Morristown, 55 for La Follette, and looking for a low in Jamestown, about 52 degrees. If you're on the call, I want to say good morning to you. A couple of notes from Karen. Hello, Karen. Karen's in Cumberland County. She says, good morning. We've enjoyed the slice of life yesterday, and we're looking forward to another. It's like, more, please. She's like, more, please. I'll take more. More's good. More's always good. Yeah, but there's certainly some opportunities for that weather to continue. Janet Potts is on here. She's also saying, Janet Potts, I believe, saying good morning from Talbot. She says, not looking forward to the high temperatures Saturday through Tuesday of next week, but she's going to enjoy today, I suspect. She's saying, have a great day. And my friend Judy Kerr, also on the call. Good morning, love this weather. Looking forward to the colder season. She is on Team Snow, no doubt. I do know that. For Judy is one of my premium members. Love having Judy on here as well on the live stream. All right, so let's get to the Captain Accurate Weather Authority forecast. It's 7:01. High temperature tomorrow about 86. If we only hit 85 or 84, that's okay. But I do think some drizzle will be a possibility throughout the day. By Friday, we're up to 88, and then we're up and away in terms of the heat, because it will come back as this little trough, this coolness that we've been experiencing, will be exiting stage right, or at least northeast, and moving away. So we'll have our the door open back up to bring us back into the lower to mid-90s. So very thankful for all of you. By the way, if you haven't picked up or downloaded the Captain Accurate Weather app with Pete Michaels Traffic, you get all the National Weather Service alerts, plus 3 extras, plus lightning alerts, plus you can track your temperature and your dew point. You can track the humidity where you are, and it's absolutely free. Weather and traffic, perfect together. Be sure to download it. It also works beautifully on your iPad. You can grab one on your iPad as well. By the way, the Captain Accurate Premium service, which is just hitting the subscribe button on my Facebook page, gives you opens up a whole treasure trove, a tool chest of information. Like what's going to happen beyond the next 7 days. That's the real question. And so for that, that's what we focus on with Premium. If you want to know what's going to be trending for the next 2 weeks, what's going to be trending over the next 30 days, my Premium members are in the know. They're in my inner circle for weather. I love it. And they're the first to see every forecast I post, usually to the tune of 30 minutes to an hour, sometimes an hour and a half to 2 hours on weekends. But they do get fewer ads. They get more Facebook Lives, about 4 extra a month, but fewer ads makes it a real deal. My view, it's the best weather deal in East Tennessee because you're getting all this information on the Facebook page that you were privy to. And if you have questions, I'd love to have you join us. It's only $4.99 a month. That's 16 cents a day. I'm posting on average 15 to 20 times a day. So you're getting a whole lot of information that you might not otherwise have. So if it's important to you, check it out. You can always cancel at any time. Well, my name is David Aldridge. Some people call me Captain Accurate. Not easy being accurate, so we'll see you here next time. And enjoy today's weather.